made from an unaltered clone of the late Jango Fett. Today, still wanted by the rebellion, he survives as a soldier of fortune. If you can find him, maybe you should hire Boba Fett. Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. What a week we've had so far. It's the roll up to Christmas, and the channel on YouTube, Jason Feinberg, has been putting up his Zeta 3 vs 5 of his Jyn Erso, Chirrut and Baze. And if that wasn't enough, he's then took out his Zeta Jyn and he has just put a 2v5. What I'm going to do, I'm going to post his channel in the comments below, and I'm also going to post it in the description. So if you wanted to go and check out those videos, make sure you go to his channel and check them out. My man over at SWGOH videos has got me some footage today on his Boba lead versus a Jyn Erso Zeta lead with Chirrut, Baze and also Wiggs. So we're going to see how that performs, how that team holds on the defense more importantly, and how to really beat it. In my opinion, Boba Fett is definitely the key to beating this team, but we're going to see how it performs right now. This first battle is versus a non-Zeta Jyn Erso, but what we've got here is she's a 5-star gear 11 with also a Chirrut that's a 4-star gear 11, and the rest are all gear 11 7 stars. Versus this team, you definitely want to be taking out Baze straight away. He has to be your #1 priority. If you leave him unchecked, he's just going to get healed by Jyn Erso does have a special that's called Rebel Counterattack. It does have a 4 cooldown, but on a crit she's able to revive a random Rebel ally at 20% max health, so you do need to make sure that you are taking these down as quick as possible or using Boba Fett's Execute to make sure they stay dead. An auto taunter is definitely going to help you so much versus this team. Even if it is a 4-star Shore Trooper, gear him up, use him. Even a 3-star, it's better than no auto taunter. It's going to soak up quite a bit of damage and give your team that crit immunity. Or even if you went with Baze like in this footage, it's definitely going to help you protect your entire team from all the attacks that you're going to be getting from this rebel team. Pairing Boba Fett and Anakin together is the right choice. Wiggs, in my opinion, isn't a necessity for this team, but Anakin's AoE can easily wipe out these rebels in one swoop. Boba Fett's ability block is your best friend here. You want to be using it and abusing it as much as possible. An ability of blocking Chirrut. That is the way I would take the approach of taking them down, and that is the main thing, that Boba Fett can freely target every single member of this rebel team without that need of just targeting the taunter. Try and stay away from any character that's going to lay down some debuffs, because this is heavily going to allow Chirrut to turn this into positive buffs, put tenacity up, and it could get really ugly. Boba Fett does not need to have negative status effects on these enemies. He can get his Execute up and hit very hard just on the positives alone. So you do not need to be putting down loads of dots to try and do this. A Vader Zeta lead will be a perfect example that you could do some good Execute, you could do a saber throw, but they will heal a lot of the time. You need to definitely seize that moment of when you're going to take down that character, even if it's with Vader's saber throw or Boba Fett's Execute. I personally would advise going with Anakin and Boba Fett, because as we can see in this video, they are the actual 2 last standing, and Anakin hits very hard under the lead of Boba Fett. So we're into our second battle now, and the same squad as before, so everything's a gear 11, everything as what's mentioned at the beginning. The only difference that Jyn Erso has been Zeta'd, and what she provides from that to the rebel allies, that they're going to recover 5% protection every time they gain a buff. So currently on Baze, he's got a lot of buffs on him, and this is what you really want to be taking advantage for and using Boba Fett. You want to be using the Execute on him as quick as possible. With that amount of buffs, we should be able to clear him, and he has gone for 55k. So we're going to look at that little replay there of a 55k crit from all those buffs. And he is dead now. Jyn Erso cannot bring him back. Her special will not bring him back, because Boba Fett Execute does not allow anybody to be revived. Once Baze is taken out, this team becomes more like a breeze walk. It's not as difficult. It is a lot easier to face this team once there is no combo or dynamic duo between Chirrut and Baze. Without Baze being in the team, it leaves them exposed, and they don't have high HP, so they're not too difficult to take out. You can always leave Chirrut to the last man and just take out the rest willy-nilly as you go along.
I definitely would like to see how it fares with a Rogue One team. And when I say Rogue One, that's going to be Cassian and K2 over Wiggs, with that lack of damage that they'd be getting because they'd be losing them, of how that team would fare versus a team like this. Just a thing to note though on this video, it's more for purposes how to beat this under defense with the AI being how it is, and things will always change. You can swap out different characters in this team that can make it better or worse. So what's your thoughts on this video? Have you enjoyed it? Have you found it helpful? Let me know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, however, then please remember to leave a like. I'm nearly at 4K subs, so if you haven't already subscribed, please help me get above 4K. Thank you very much for watching today. I'm the Smithy D. May the Force be with you always.